everyone, that's me Fairy Elfie and welcome back to my channel. I'm very happy to see you here and I hope you're very glad to see me too. In this video I'm gonna tell you news from my life for the last 6 months. And I decided to tell you all news for all this time. I have a lot of them. Can't wait when I'll tell you about everything. And for now, don't forget to put like under this video, leave a comment to help me to get my viewers, and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see my new videos again. And for more, for personal chats, for custom and pre-made content, which kind of, check out my special links. I have mentioned it in the description of the channel and in the description of this video too. So let's go! 2026 started very unusual for me. In general, I've been waiting for my moving for a very long time. It should be happened 2 years before it actually happened. But in January, I finally received documents I needed to go to Croatia. And I could finally move over here with my pets, with all my stuff. And in the end of January, I was already packed all of my stuff into a big car, prepared my pets, all documents, and saying goodbye to my friends from Montenegro, and I went to Croatia. I already been in Croatia last summer, and I have stuck there for a very long time, more than I expected to spend there. You can find video here about this. And this time I already moved like for a longer time because I had my residency permit, temporary, and it lasts until June. So I had something like 5 months to live there in Croatia. I've been renting their flat for all this time as I waiting documents because I needed to have document that will approve that I have a place where I live in Croatia, even though I rented 2 flats in the same time in Croatia and Montenegro. So when I already moved, I had a place where to live. And that's a separate story, but I will tell it here. I will try shortly. First of all, location of this flat was great. It was like separate entrance. It was 2 floors and it was located in some very cozy place near a river, like some kind of countryside, what actually I'm dreaming of. But the problem was the neighbors. The place where I rented my flat was a duplex and it belonged to the sect, to the cult. It was kind of weird experience because they changed the contracts when I already actually moved there. And I was thinking that it will be like we discussed before, that my rent will be raised when I will move there for real. And yes, it's raised, but besides that, they added some interesting rules. For example, I should not smoke, drink alcohol, and eat meat. Very fun, right? Even though I'm not fan of meat, I eat it very rarely and very little, but kind of suspicious rule, don't you think so? Another one rule, it was that I'm obligated to pass courses of this sect, of this cult, during next 2 months. It's very expensive courses, of course, because it's a sect. And this will be another story about sects. Just wait for that. And I was very upset because, to be honest, I realized that they added these rules only just when I was about to move there, like 15 minutes before destination finish, I was very stressed. I was very scared because I have never faced with sects before, like so close. But as a result, when I arrived, I talked with landlords. I explained to them that's my religion. Don't let me to join to other ones. And after some talking, they changed obligated to recommended to pass these courses. Okay, I have a choice. Thank you so much. And another one story about this sect. So it was like, let's call it village, and place where I lived. Here was my neighbor, Indian guy, and here was a big building where they had like sessions of sex or something. So they had meeting maybe 3 times per week. It was very interesting. I mean, aside that, I should add that that flat was very cold. They did not have a working air condition. There were not carpets. They gave me one heater, but it was not enough. And these heaters were, which actually already in the walls, they were barely warm. But in these times, when sects had sessions, it's out of sudden become extra hot, like very, very hot. So I have to open windows because it was that hot and stuffy. Can you imagine? It was kinda weird. And besides that, sometimes they had silence days. And one day I woken up because someone did something in front of my window. I looked there, a lot of people doing something. They were like doing gardening, cleaning, repairing, like they become a free workers in this sect. I went out for a walk with Bima. No one say hi to me. I said hi to everyone. No one say hi in turn. I was like, oh, okay. And after that, I met one guy who was like one of the leaders, I guess. And he explained me that today they have like day of silence. They're not allowed to talk. They only allowed to work. And they were renovated. My flat where I lived, a renovated flat of the leader, this one guy from India. I was in his flat. Renovation is very, very good, excellent, and very expensive, especially comparing with what I had in my flat. For example, it was barely available for normal living. They prepared kitchen, toilet, bed, wardrobe, but as a result, they have not prepared normally because, for example, in shower they did not have a border, so water come through the floor and to the kitchen, and water was everywhere. Same with other room, like in general, everything is fine, but floors are very cold. They had no carpets, they had no heaters, no normal amount of storage in. I have bought few different shelves, different racks, different things for just keep my stuff. Yeah, I know I have a lot of stuff, and 90% of my stuff stayed unpacked during my living in Croatia. I just put it all under the stair and under the bed. It was in the bags and suitcase. So I have not unpacked most of my stuff, and it still was not enough to keep it. And it was really needed to bought a lot of things, and so I did it. And I spent for that flat where I lived about 5 months. I spent about 3,000 euros just to get something for comfortable and safe living, because after I moved, because of that cold, because they did not have blankets, did not have linens, nothing. I got cold, I got sick, I was very long time in illness. I've been sick about 1 month, maybe a bit more. It was insane. I didn't expect that I'll be sick that long, and I was out of my work, out of my normal amount of work, because I felt really very shitty and very bad. And that distracted from my normal lifestyle a lot, and I didn't expect that. I have not planned this, and that's really had bad relying on my work and my life in future. Yes, I remember the stories about my neighbor's sex. Once they put ash in front of my window. Few times I have found dead flowers in front of my window again. Where knowledge is needed to go through the fence, go under the tree which were in front of my window. And they did all of this just to put death flowers to this place. It was kind of weird, because what's the point of that? I don't know. It's not was it wasn't like buckets of flowers which were put. Yes, it was cutted flowers, but they were already dead. They were stinky. They are like trash. They should be in trash. They should be in garbage, not in front of my window. It was kind of scary. And besides that, sometimes when they had something like, I don't know, singing, they sing, they sang very loud, and they played at the drums very loud. Sometimes it was up to 1 a.m. I'm fine with that, just it's better than crying kids. But still, just very weird experience, and I always lived in fear that they will try to take me into their sect. I always was scared of these stories when people go somewhere and after that it ended up that they were found in sects and cults, and that's really scary for me. And I always thought that it will never happen to me. And as a result, sects like 10 meters away. Okay, okay. I'm very happy that nothing bad, like really bad, happened to me, like such neighborhood. But it was such an experience. But otherwise, there was a lot of good moments in this flat, because first time I lived in the flat, which was separated from whole building. Like I had only one neighbor behind my wall, but I had separate entrance. I had a yard where I plant some flowers, and I also had a big apple tree and kiwi. And besides that, Bima was very happy to live there because, as I told before, we lived in the, let's call it village, country yard, you know, just it was far from center, but it was not like village. Like 15 minutes away, it was a big mall where I usually went to the cinema. And it was amazing time. I love visiting cinemas, and I'm very missing this time. Besides that, we walked a lot in the field, which was near the river, and that was amazing. For Bima, it was a paradise. He became more kind. He got a lot of dog friends, and besides that, there was a train at the bridge, and he always running after it. Bima. Bima. He he got lost his extra weight. I should run with him together. Besides that, in Croatia, I really enjoyed that all people there speak English. They, besides that, they are a very safe place to live and just to be. It's very safe in the daytime, in the night. I was walking very calmly in 2 a.m. It was very amazing, and I found a lot of hedgehogs. I was so happy. I love these animals so much. Sadly, during my living, I have not visited that much places as I visited for my previous short stay there. I'm planning actually make a lot of videos in future about my trip to Croatia with places which I visited, and I'm gonna show it to you and share it with you. At this moment, I'm posting on my Patreon a lot of pictures from my life, from my trip to Croatia. Like I have every day 2 posts, and you can join. It costs only $5 per month, and you will have access to all my life posts. For better kind of content, it costs more, but it's worth it. So let's back to the news. Besides living in Croatia, I had two small trips with my friends in Europe. Since I got Croatian documents, I was able to travel over the Europe. And with my friends, I visited Hungary and I visited also Spain. And I also planning to do videos about these trips, but I would say that was amazing. I was very happy finally to be somewhere, to travel, to see my friends, which I haven't seen for a long time. So it was really good moments. Besides that, while living in Croatia, after I felt better after my illness in February, I started to work a lot. Like almost every day, I have created content. I started to make a lot of TikToks, a lot of Reels. I started streaming almost every day, and I did a lot of pictures, a lot of packs, bundles, fulls. Like I made a lot of content, and I can't wait when I can be able to edit and sell all of that. Just I need people for that. So that's why I'm not hurry up with editing. But anyway, I'm just very happy that I was back to my typical productive day spending. Because I love to work. I work every day, 4 days, all day long, not matter if I sick, if I travel. And my perfect day is when I'm working 16 hours in a row. I feel very good. And besides that, I started to have collection of figures and plushes. You might see in my video about Pokemons, about my collection, that's already got a lot of stuff there. I also have prepared second part and soon I will make third part of my anime and Pokemon figures and plushes. And I'm really very happy to have such collection. It's really brings me a lot of happiness and I love to look at this like I'm in a museum and I'm looking at something what I truly adore. Oh, I'm just looking at this right now. It's such a happiness, really. Besides that, I might say that since I moved to Croatia, I stopped to do sport again. Before, I always visited gym, like I guess since 18 or something like that, I started to go to gym and I had only like little pauses when I was sick or when I was out of the country. Just usually I'm always went to the gym like regularly. But last 2 years, while I lived in Montenegro and I was awaiting this, oh my gosh, moving can be next month. Oh no! And I was so worried and stressing to plan something because what if I will take membership for 6 months? Why 6 months? Because it was very cheaper than if I took it every month. And what if I will take 6 month membership and I should leave next month? I don't want to waste money. So I have decided not to go to gym at all. So I have not go to gym at all in the end of 2025. I guess in the middle of December, one new gym was opened in Budva. It was women gym. I was so happy about that and price was okay, so I took membership for 1 month. I back to gym. I was very happy. And can you imagine? I got news that I'm moving. And again, I left gym and I knew that I won't last long in Croatia and there are also crazy prices for gym membership, which is better to take like half of the year or year membership. So I decided, okay, in next country where when I will move, I will go to gym. 1 month passed since I moved to another country after Croatia. I still not in gym. I hope one day I will back. I really need it. I gained weight. I feel very bad mentally. I have back pain. Just I need sport. I need to go to gym so badly. I hope during this summer I will apply to gym membership. Wish me good luck, please. I really need it. Besides that, living in Croatia bring me some knowledge about cosmetic. It happens actually in the summer when I stuck there. I went to pharmacy to get some sun protector, some pills, painkillers and so on. And at the cash desk, they gave me a lot of testers. And one of the tester was a full-sized bottle of face serum. And I love that brand so much. It's named Filorga. My skin became alive with that. It had better results than after some beauty injection with vitamins. Can you imagine? And I really felt in love with this brand. And when I moved there, I went to the same pharmacy. I told about this story, that I love this brand, and I'm very happy that they gave me opportunity to try this brand, because actually it's very expensive. This bottle which they gift me, it costs 120 euros. Can you imagine, for a little bottle? And if I did not try this tester, I would not never know that this brand exists and that it's really worth this money. And I come here and I got two other creams of this brand and some other like pills, vitamins. And can you imagine? They gave me again tester with this face serum, they gave me eye cream and a lot of small testers. I started to cry. I was crying, I was sobbing. Cashier was shocked, I was shocked too. She gives me a bag. I was like crazy. I cried and then I cried. And I was very happy, and probably it was tears of happiness. And and I really love that brand a lot, and it's perfect for my skin. I love it so much. My skin become alive again. Can you imagine? Just from cosmetic. I did not expect it would be possible at all, but it's completely worth it. One day I will make a video about my skincare routine. And besides that, I found out about one brand for hair as well in this one pharmacy. It's named Olaplex. It sounds like expensive level of cosmetic, but as you can see, my hair finally looks alive. Before I always had problem that my hair were looked dead, because I'm bleaching them at home, I'm bleaching them a lot, and that's really bad for hair. But Olaplex helped my hair looks good and looks alive. And again, it's totally worth money. So before, and for hair and for face, I use like middle class cosmetic, like pharmacy brands, but it was not that expensive that I have now, like Filorga and Olaplex. Before I used like La Roche, CeraVe and such kind of brands. For example, 40 euros for one bottle, for example. Now it's like 120 for one bottle. But before I had, for example, 10 of them, now I have only 3 of them and I see results. So it's in general, it's less money, but more results. Greedy pays twice. But for now, I learned my lesson and I know which brand I like. And I'm not going to change my opinion and change my routine, because I already found what perfectly suits me, suits my skin, my hair, and I'm very happy about that. I'm totally happy with results, and I'm very happy that I discovered this. By the way, just out of sudden, not this, sorry. Just out of sudden, I remembered that I wanted to show and tell you that I bought for my bird, for Petrushka, special feeder, but not for her. I put it on the other side of the window where she usually sat and put some food inside. And after that, some wild birds come into her cage and started to eat food, and they all together like, talking with each other or something. But I was very happy to see that Petrushka interacting with other birds. It really was amazing. And for now, I guess I can tell you most newest news. 1 month ago, I moved to another country, to another city. I don't want to tell you which one is it, because I want to stay in this country forever, and I want it for my safety and privacy and confidentiality reasons to not to tell this to anyone at all, like no, not to anyone. I hope for your understanding. Just you need to know that I'm in a good place. It's very good weather in general. It's very good location again. I'm very lucky with that. I'm very, very, very happy about that. Neighbors seems fine too. And this flat where I live right now, it was very hard to find it here because in general in this country it's very hard to find any flats for rent, especially if you are not local, especially if you don't have local contract for work, especially if you have like contract for work like for online work like I have, especially if you have pets. Like it's very hard to find it, and I hear some people could not find a normal proper flat for normal price, normal condition of flats for like 6 months and more. I was very afraid that I will have same situation, but thanks God, my real estate managers, I had three, they helped me to find something perfect. And it's really very well, because at first, 3 bedroom flat. Can you imagine? One flat, one room. I have like a real 1 bedroom, one room. This one for content creating. Finally, I have a room which I can furnish it like I wanted, just for content creation with all perfect looking stuff and a lot of location for content. And other one room, it's like also for work. Like I also have desk there, and there's that other one room, it's for editing video. It's more quiet. It's like another one laptop with apps. You know, it's better to edit videos on Apple production. And besides that, it's like wardrobe zone, because I have a lot of clothes, a lot of shoes, and I need to keep it somewhere and to have easy access to find something. Very later I will make video with showing like my flats room tour. So 3 bedroom, a bathroom, even with bath, but bath wasn't comfortable. Big dining and living room and kitchen. Kitchen small, but it's okay. It's enough for me. So location is amazing. 5 minutes and it will be a big park for walking with Bima. It's just perfect. Also nearby shop, pharmacy, everything what you need. Besides that, location of the city itself is very good, it's very safe, it's very beautiful and clean, and weather here is better than in another cities or these countries. So I'm very happy, and neighbor seems nice too. I've seen a few of them, and they're like old people. They're very quiet and very nice and polite. I like them. I wish I could learn local language soon so I can speak with them. Sadly, in this country where I moved, people don't speak English very well. Like very rarely when you meet someone who speaks English. And a local language I don't know at all, because to be honest, I haven't expected I will move to this country at all. I literally find out about that maybe months before I moved here. I even did not thought about that I will move to this country ever. But as a result, I moved there and I like it. It's very really lovely place, and I hope I will be happy here. So in my plans to learn the language and become friendly with local people. Not friendly, become friends. Okay, I need to learn English, so I feel I'm very bad at it. And some other news. Soon I'm gonna to the concert. I'm gonna to make my list of plans for my last years alive. I'm gonna put few done on my list of plans for the year. You know, I have planned for the year. I have made it for last few years, and it's never happened that I done something from this list. But this year, I moved. I'll go to the concerts. Already good, you know. And it will be a concert of My Chemical Romance. Can you imagine my happiness? I love them so much. I have been big fan of this group, and I can't wait when I can go to the concerts. I will sing, I will cry, I will dance, I will make a video, of course. And I'm so happy because, you know, when I started to listen them, I decided to Google what this group is, how they look like. I Googled My Chemical Romance, and there's news. They finished their career a few days ago. They broke up. My chemical romance doesn't exist anymore. And me, who fall in love with music and listen them only like 2 days, like I already gave up that I will ever be on their concerts. And what happened? I'm moving to the country in European Union, and my documents let me to travel all over here, so I can go to any country. And I can go to another country to the concerts of My Chemical Romance. And price for the train won't be extra high. Can you imagine? I'm so happy. Oh my gosh. And also I'm very happy with this renovation. It's still not finished. Only one room, 95% completed. Like, it's still a lot of things needed to other rooms, and I need dryers a lot because here is very high level of humidity. It's very bad. I already seen mold and I always feel very stuffy and hot. By the way, look, 26 and 8 degree, 70% of humidity. Usually it's about 80. Probably my fan and before I opened window helped to make it not that awful, but it's still awful. This thing I don't like, by the way. About this flat, about Europe in general, I guess. Because as I found out, there is not very popular to put air conditioner inside, even though in the summer it's very hot. And this will be very helpful to have one. But sadly, hopefully in future I will get air dryers in every room and carpets in every room. At this moment I have carpets only here because floors extremely cold. I always wear like special warm socks for home, special boots for home, like they are warm. But still, I want to walk barefoot, but it's cold, it's slippery, but at the same time air very stuffy. Like, I don't know if you see it, but my hair here is wet. And I'm wet too, it's very hot. Just in general, I wanted to share this video with news with you, just to let you know what's going on in my life right now. In general, I guess at this moment, I'm alright. Because I finally moved, I'm very excited about the concert. I'm back to the work, like I work a lot, and now I have special room for my content, so I'm ready to create a lot of different content, and for YouTube, and for TikTok, and for Reels, and for Tweets, and for Twitter, and for Blue Sky, and for Instagram, and for OnlyFans, Fancy, Patreon. What I have, I forgot everything. Like for every platform where I have account, I'm ready to do a lot of content. And photos and videos and packs and bundles and posts and everything. Just I love my work. Just to wish it was more profitable. No, I'm working like 500 hours per month, but in the same way, most of the days I earn $0. $0. For 15, 16 hours per of work, $0. That's very demotivating, but I don't give up. I have Luis who believe in me, and maybe someone else believes in me too. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you a lot for helping me with moving, with furnishing this flat. Mostly big thank you to Luis. He really did a big deal to help me to get there and be safe and live in a comfortable place and just helping to make my life better. Thank you so much, Luis. You're the best. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like it. Tell me what news happened in your life for last 6 months. I will be very happy to read it. And don't forget to put like under this video, leave a comment, subscribe, and for more, join to my special sites. A lot of content there, and also I'm answering to everyone every day. On free OnlyFans, I don't answer every day, okay? But in general, on my paid pages, I answer every day. On all my pages, I have content every day. So I will be very happy to see it. I will be very happy to see you there. And thank you again for watching this video. I hope you like it. And have a great day. Have a great night. Be happy and healthy. See you in my next videos. Bye bye.